All right, this is about why science doesn't know what consciousness is, or formless awareness. And this is a response to physicist Bernard Carr, who gave a talk at the Theosophist Society, and he's arguing for a model of reality whereby consciousness is embedded into the foundation of physical reality as a fourth dimension. Well, actually, it's a fifth dimension beyond space-time, is 4D space-time. And so this is similar to other scientists who have proposed models of consciousness as the foundation of reality itself. So for example, Nobel physicist Roger Penrose, he calls it Proto-consciousness. And the idea being that frequency creates mass, or mass is actually from frequency as quantum momentum energy. And then the creation of space-time is a collapse of the proto-consciousness into a self-aware matter. And so this means that even as his collaborator Stuart Hameroff explains that even molecules would have a blip of self-aware consciousness, as that he says would be based on a pleasure principle, and the pleasure is from the resonance of the proto-consciousness. So when you have a hexagonal pi resonance, this enables a stacking of matter. And so the interface of matter with proto-consciousness it's considered to be two-dimensional in science. And this is because science relies on just defining time as a spatial length. But if you read philosophy professors Philip Hugley and Charles Sayward, they explain that the Pythagorean theorem was never proven by Western science because there is a fundamental difference between geometric length and arithmetic distance as number. And so the square root of 2 is trying to claim that the geometric length is a distance as a number that then converges based on the geometric continuum as a converging infinity. And so this paradox, it seems just like a semantic argument, but because the Pythagorean theorem is considered the most proven theorem in science and the foundation of science, it's also called the power axiom set, and everyone learns it by like when they're 14 years old or something, or 15. But when another physicist recently pointed out that a paradox of the speed of light is that it inherently has to be a two-way measurement, and so it's inherently relativistic, because you have to measure it going one way and then the opposite way. And the assumption then is that there is a invariant speed of light that both observers can measure equally from the opposite length, but noncommutative phase has discovered that the conversion of the invariant speed of light has a non-isometric phase, so that if the frequency is the same, it is a different length, geometric length. So and then it can be vice versa, where you have a different or the same geometric length and a different frequency, based on the direction of the length. So the easiest example of this is in music theory, where the frequency is a 3 from the 1. So if you're listening to the root tonic as the 1, then the 2 is the octave, and then the 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5. So that's a 3. But when you go up an octave, you have the same root tonic as the pitch. So you could say that the length is symmetrical. But when you change the direction of the length, then the 3 as a frequency has a different pitch as a perfect fourth. So now when you're going down as the 3, so this as a ratio to the octave, it's 2/3. And so the pitch is now a different geometry as a different length. And so this is kind of trippy if you think about it, because you're trying to convert a arithmetic distance, which is actually a time measurement, and so that frequency originates from what math professor Lou Kaufman calls primordial time, and this is what Nobel physicist Penrose also recognizes that time is before space, and so does Alan Khan's. So recently, a physicist, Roderick Sutherland, he answered my question about Olivier Costa de Beauregard. And Costa de Beauregard had gone to visit Sutherland when he was doing research at the Institute of Poincaré in France, and so Sutherland said he disagreed with Costa de Beauregard, who also argued for consciousness as being fundamental to reality. And so Beauregard, apparently, he accepted the Copenhagen interpretation because he said that there's still a measurement that is relied on to define reality. Well, that's the self-aware measurement of light as consciousness, but it's not proto-consciousness as pure time. And so the pure time creates a resonance of matter that is self-amplifies, as quantum biology explains, from the future as negentropic reverse time energy. And this is a physiological change in the brain to experience this. And this is what is called direct perception. So it enables telepathy and precognition and telekinesis. And it's based on the infinite frequency and time resonance as a internal listening of the yin and yang, or the 2/3 and 3/2, and then